part 3 of the video on the sudden movement of external military force in peaceful sovereign country, Nigeria. Some people called BIAFRA breaking news media outlet numerous names when we published analytical posts on what Biafran and every lovers of freedom should expect and do if any negation comes out of the sudden presence of the UN peacekeeping force in the eastern region. It will be nice to note that there will never be a sound of alarm without something triggering it. Please, make sure that you watch this video to the end to enable understand the latest development on the issue at hand. Before we continue, let's watch the trend video footage where the UN peacekeepers were captured in Edo State, after which you will hear the reality.
United Nations, this is our UN.
This is vehicle.
Now them UN, I be what they call Nigeria. So that UN. See UN, I be what they call country. I just tired. All this one are UN.
Wow. It says they line
How far waiting? How workers now?
This is what is happening.
Maybe the
UN.
Go from.
Military. Can you see? We are at the point of Nigeria. We don't know what is happening in Nigeria. Well,
Nobody's watching.
I don't know what is happening in Nigeria. You can see we have so many UN vehicles in Nigeria. So in Benin City, Amotka, NT Benin City. So we don't, at this time of the night, this is to 10. So see where these armored vehicles are. So we don't know if Nigeria is on fire. we don't know. All this, look at military officers there.
Any war coming soon.
We don't know if there's anyone coming soon. Let us run, no. Let us run. This is UN. This is a UN peacekeeping vehicle. We don't know what is happening. Can you see it?
Do you know that it takes the outcry of the people and the media campaign whose efforts drew the attention of the powers that be before Brigadier General Tukur deemed it necessary to do a media press? Notwithstanding, Brigadier General Tukur said the fighting vehicles and equipment cited were for forces being mobilized for UN mission. Here is his exact words. The Defense Headquarters wishes to react to some social media video clips being circulated arising from the presence of some United Nations peacekeeping fighting vehicles and equipment sighted recently in Benin, Edo State. This has resulted in insinuations which are inimical to public peace and may even cause panic. The Defense Headquarters hereby states that presently, Nigeria is contributing troops to various United Nations peacekeeping operations. The most recent is United Nations Interim Security Force for Abia, UNISFA, Southern Sudan. The mission is commanded by a Nigerian, Major General Benjamin Olufemi Sawyer. It should be noted that the UN doesn't have its own troops, rather, it enters into agreement with troops contributing countries to provide their personnel and equipment for operations in its various missions. Therefore, it is imperative to state emphatically that the military fighting vehicles and equipment painted in UN color, as cited, are being moved through the Warai port for movement to the mission area in southern Sudan to marry up with our troops who were inducted into UNISFA mission last month. The Defense Headquarters under the leadership of General Lucky Irabor, CFR, wishes to assure Nigerians that our nation is not under any threat that will warrant the deployment of United Nations troops in our soil, Gusau said. In addition to the 2 previous published educative videos on the UN peacekeepers, please, listen carefully to understand the process of UN military equipment mobilization and transportation to the country where is needed. The mobilization and deployment of UN military equipment for peacekeeping missions typically involves the following steps. Planning. The UN conducts thorough planning for each peacekeeping mission, including the assessment of the security situation on the ground, the determination of mission requirements, and the identification of the necessary military equipment. This planning phase takes into account various factors such as the mission's mandate, the geographic location, the duration of the mission, and the specific needs of the local population. Requesting contributions. Once the mission's requirements are identified, the UN requests member states to contribute military equipment and personnel to the mission. Member states can voluntarily offer to provide specific types of equipment, such as armored vehicles, helicopters, communication systems, and medical facilities, based on the mission's needs and their capabilities. Selection and inspection. Member states' contributions are reviewed and assessed by the UN to ensure that they meet the mission's requirements and adhere to the UN standards and guidelines. This may involve technical inspections and evaluations to ensure the equipment is in good condition and suitable for the mission's operational environment. Transportation. Once the contributions are accepted, member states are responsible for transporting the military equipment to the mission area. This may involve air or sea transport, depending on the location of the mission and the type of equipment being deployed. Reception and deployment. Upon arrival at the mission area, the military equipment is received by the UN peacekeeping mission and undergoes further inspection and verification. The equipment is then deployed to the designated locations according to the mission's operational plan, which includes factors such as the mission's mandate, the security situation on the ground, and the operational requirements. Maintenance and support. Throughout the duration of the peacekeeping mission, the military equipment is maintained and supported by the contributing member states, who are responsible for ensuring that the equipment remains in operational condition. The UN may provide technical assistance and support to member states as needed. Repatriation. At the end of the mission or when the equipment is no longer needed, the UN coordinates the repatriation of the military equipment back to the contributing member states. According to my research and all the information available, it is safe to say that Nigeria contributed to the ongoing United Nations peacekeeping operations by sending both troops and military equipment to the United Nations Interim Security Force for BIA, UNISFA, in South Sudan. As a result, Nigeria is responsible to move the military hardware with the UN-provided logistics to South Sudan where it is needed. That was the reason why the UN military gargets were seen while it was being moved through Edo State. Nevertheless, it takes the outcry and media outrage for the Acting Director Defense Information Brigadier General Duke Gesor to make a press statement. So, it is not a fake news. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, there is no cause for alarm over the sudden movement of the UN peacekeeping force. Just be calm and continue to exercise your human rights within the every law necessary. If you have not watched the Part 1, Part 2 of the educative video on UN Peacekeeping Force, I attached the links in the comment section. Everything you need to know about UN peacekeeping deployment are clearly outlined in the videos. Click on the links to watch and learn. Please, subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook and Twitter accounts for more value reorientation videos and like and share our posts widely for others to watch and learn with us. Thank you for watching and learning.